Crime Intelligence Head General Dumisani Khumalo will continue with his testimony at the Madlanga Commission, now centering on WhatsApp messages exchanged between alleged cartel member Brigette Mabandla and Police Minister Senzo Mchunu associate Brown Mokgotsi. Now, Khumalo, the fifth witness at the commission investigating corruption and political interference in the criminal justice system, has been providing evidence since Monday. For more on this now, let's speak to SABC News reporter Canny Maphangha, who's at the Brigette Mabandla Justice College in Pretoria. So, Canny, we are now getting into the third day of General Khumalo's testimony. What is expected to happen today, especially, regarding General Khumalo's testimony with those texts that we heard so much about yesterday?
Indeed. Good morning to you, Nkolisi, and to the viewers at home. The crime intelligence boss, that is Lieutenant General Dumisani Khumalo, is a critical feature of the testimony that has been put before the commission, because you may remember that Lieutenant General Khumalo has laid the foundation with teasers about this alleged infiltration of this organized cartel in the criminal justice system. What Khumalo must do is quite critical, because he has to close those gaps with the intelligence information that he has to assist the commission in joining the dots between the different key players to elaborate on how the cartel is able to allegedly infiltrate the criminal justice system and the business space and the political sphere at large in order for it to thrive and its operations not to be suppressed. What has been in sharp focus is these WhatsApp exchanges between the alleged cartel member, that is Brigette Mabandla, and a Brown Mokgotsi, who is the alleged associate of Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. Through that very fine focus in great detail into every single WhatsApp messages, we're told that they run into the thousands of communications between the pair. We're able to get an understanding about the dynamic between the two and what accompanies these types of operations in the Gauteng province. You've heard before that the characteristics are that it's not only the main commodity of alleged illicit drug trafficking, but it's often coupled up with contract killings, which are tied to alleged tender fraud. That is the context upon which we're looking at the WhatsApp messages at this stage, because it paints a picture where Brigette Mabandla is heavily reliant on this Mokgotsi figure in order to safeguard his tender or contract with the South African Police Services. We see that there are a number of monetary favors done by Mabandla to Mokgotsi in order to safeguard this connection or this relationship. And that is because we understand it to be that he allegedly believes that this is an individual that is closely connected to the police minister. That is because he has access to classified information. He sends screenshots from Brown Mokgotsi to Mabandla, where you see he has screenshots where he's purporting to speak to the police minister Senzo Mchunu. So you get the context upon which Mabandla is heavily reliant on this individual. And the WhatsApp chats reveal that there are monetary favors in the form of payments made to travel agencies for flights, accommodation, etc., at the request of Brown Mokgotsi. There's also been payments made with requests to the payments of political activities, so paying for regions, branches, things of that nature. That's already been revealed in the commission through those WhatsApp exchanges. However, it gets to a point where you see Brown Mokgotsi consistently and persistently asking this particular individual for monetary favors. However, towards the end of the WhatsApp chain that was revealed before the commission yesterday, you see Mabandla calling out that there appears to be a one-sided relationship between the dynamic where he is giving all these favors and these investments into this particular individual, Brown Mokgotsi, but he's not receiving the promises in return. So we need to find out what those promises are. And the bigger question at large is whether the individual that is alleged to be the associate of the police minister, Senzo Mchunu, whether he was actually an individual that allegedly had these kinds of ties or proximity or undue influence over SAPS and the police minister by extension, or was he someone who was allegedly purporting to have that kind of proximity in order to gain those financial benefits from these organized cartels. We expect that Khumalo will continue to join the dots on this particular question as the commission tries to place this middleman or middle figure that is Brown Mokgotsi.